Hey guys, today we're gonna make some nice hand-painted gems, talk about the process and what you need to know to make some nice gems. Let's get started. And now we are in 3D code, adding our base color. I prefer to start with something darker, and now we also created a layer for ambient occlusion. Press shift to make a straight lines, even more darker color. Soft brush for it and just paint it over the gem. Then I create a new layer, it's our glossiness. All the gems have glossiness, and with actually the glossiness we getting the forms for the gem. It's very important. And even with similar mesh it could be pretty different ones, depends on how you paint it. Now I'm creating a layer to add more colors. I want some more lighter one and saturated. I removed a little bit of color that been near the ambient occlusion, and I set the line where I gonna paint the reflection. So where this lighter color ends, it's my line for adding nice reflections. And reflections, it's something very emissive, and in this case we're going to paint it on lower part of the gem. Then I'm gonna polish a little bit more our glossiness and make even a lighter points and a bit more forms for it. And you can see now the forms of the gem, how it's coming all together. And this one is finished. And now let's try to make another one for same forms, but just a little bit different colors and details. So doing the same thing with ambient occlusion around the gem, picking darker color for it, creating some glossiness, but for this time we are painting it differently, more in the middle of the gem, not on the side. Then painting some edges, like with the glossiness, very bright color, and creating reflections on the lower part of the gem, even more brightness for our glossiness, adding more depth to the gem in the middle under the glossiness layer, then adding some random details, like that could be inside your gem under the glossiness layer, something very random looking, using like different random brushes from 3D code, and here's our result. Now we are starting around and a red gem. I already added ambience and base color, so now we are adding additional colors, cleaning them a little bit from ambient part. And now I want to do some interesting flame wannabe texture on it, using some smaller soft brush and just randomly removing some of the details with a razor tool. A little bit of glossiness on the new layer, and now we're painting it in the middle of the gem because it's rounded, but actually you can try different variations, even more brightness for super glossiness, specular thing. And of course we want to do some reflections, emissive ones. There we go, around the gem is done. For this triangle gem we are going with the green colors, starting with darker one, going for more lighter ones, and we'll do a little bit of color blending using hard brush, making some lighter surface, then another one but less bright, polishing everything a little bit and adding some darker surface here and a bit less dark on the other side, painting it like a little bit of gradient, adding even more white for this one, color blending everything. Now adding some highlight. It's the most bright line we have on the gem that we paint on the angles of the gem, like on the sides. Adjusting it a little bit, going for our reflections, something very saturated and bright. Painting it on the sides of the gem. Of course, it's all on separated layer. Adjusting everything with a razor tool. Adding even more reflection color on the gem. Adjusting everything. Now I want to do some glossiness here. I think it's not enough. So I'm going for some brighter, less colorful color and paint it here. Some details on it with hard brush, like it's some shine, yeah, and then also adding final highlights on the middle of the gem. And I want to add a little bit of reflections on upper surfaces too. And this gem is done. So to paint some really nice gems, you need to understand how the light works when it hits the gem. So without light, the gem don't have almost any info. That's why you can start with some dark color and then adding glossiness around the forms of your gem where like the light hits, yeah, and then the light goes through your gem and create some reflections, yeah, some very emissive and colorful thing. And that way you can create different form gems. I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. Peace.